Flashback to house calls, doctor offices and homes, home baby deliveries, homemade remedies. Now fast forward to today. The doctor will see you now. The digital doctor, that is. No, I am not transporting you to a world beyond your wildest dreams, but I am taking you to a relatively new but growing field: wireless medicine. Wireless medicine is within a digital world that takes us beyond the medical cocoon to which we have perhaps grown accustomed to today. Digital medicine is our present and it is our future. Just to understand what wireless medicine, we will define exactly what it is, how it actually works, and its relatively short history. Secondly, we will learn where and how wireless medicine is being used today. And finally, we will learn how medicine of the future will be impacted because of this new field. To begin, let's dial back 40 years to the new digital world of wireless medicine. When fetal heart monitoring was discovered, a strobe hooked to a machine monitored a fetus's heartbeat. This monitor had been studied and developed by NASA engineers to monitor the physiological parameter for astronauts in order to monitor their oxygen saturation. In reality, the same type of strobe was about the size of a saucer, around 6 to 7 inches in diameter, and placed on Neil Armstrong's chest when he stepped onto the moon's surface. This step was truly a giant leap for mankind, because NASA, according to S. Rothman of Medline Plus, in his July 2011 article, Holter Monitor, then offered this strobe and monitor to the March of Dimes organization in 1973 to use in prenatal care. This was the beginning of a digital medicine, almost. In Gary Wolf's article, The World According to Woz, in Wired of June 2011, that in the same year, 1973, as NASA gave the idea for fetal heart monitoring to medicine, the first cell phone call was placed by the general manager of Motorola on April 3, 1973. Since then, mobile communication has been as we all know it, and it has changed our lives. The field of medicine is not immune, and by combining these fields of digital communication and medical scanning, the impact is absolutely profound. How? According to the DNA Transitor in Scientific American by G. Vogel in December 2010, digitizing a human being is determining and defining individuals. By mixing or confluencing nanotechnology, biology, and radiophysiology, along with digital cell phones, we are in the midst of a medical revolution, and it is phenomenal to say the least. From having to physically pick up the receiver to now getting the message wirelessly from your cell phone, this is the frontier of medicine. It is a combination of using DNA information, taking that information to biosensors which connect information in a digitized manner that can be placed or read from a cell phone. These biosensors can be injected, placed surgically, put on a device similar to a wristwatch, or sensors can be placed on a specifically formulated Band-Aid. Biosensors are capable of measuring any Look at the treatment for osteoporosis, a brittle bone disease that requires drug injections. For example, an edible microchip that records the precise vital signs of a patient is taken. Each indigestible sensor, smaller than a grain of sand, triggers the wireless transmission from a patient's body to the mobile phone of a healthcare worker. This sensor, in conjunction with an implantable microchip about the size of a pacemaker, are placed under the skin. In a quick local anesthetic in surgery, less than half an hour in the doctor's office, these chips are like a pharmacy in a chip. They are refillable and they are delivered through the doctor's cell phone. The drugs are in different parts of the microchip. Each of these sections is covered by a nano-thin layer of gold, which protects and it prevents it from being released needlessly. Thus, the physician is able to adjust their partner's therapy over the phone digitally. This is just an example of how it is being used, but the digitized medicine is for everyone. From chronically ill patients, including those with mental health problems, to short-term treatments, it is being used with basically the same type of procedures in all health fields. High blood pressure and asthma are now being treated with the same techniques. Abnormal heart rhythms are being monitored by capturing a patient's real-time heart rate and displaying the EKG wirelessly, where it is recorded and then it's sent to the patient's doctor. So is this today? Many patients are in groundbreaking test markets. In fact, Janet Bozo says that 21% of all patients with the diseases as mentioned in the book are being treated in in fashion in her article Tracking Your Health, published in the Wall Street Journal, October 25th, 2012. Digitized medicine is growing daily and will continue to be an impact on our lives as we enter the next few years. So let's forward this call into the future. By 2020, according to as Dr. Eric Topol in his book The Creative Destruction of Medicine, February 2012, the medical industry will all be part of digital medicine. How is medicine projected to change and evolve using digitized medicine? First off, with remote sensing, virtual offices visits will be placed with physical visits. Skype and FaceTime will be the new house calls. Cancer will be detected by a sensor armed with a magnetic field and laced with antibodies that will attack and suck up cancer cells. By pairing the sensor with gold particles and blue dye, which is actually the same dye in your jeans and in your pen, called phobocaine, reacts with the heat. As this happens, it weakens and destroys the cancer cells. Currently, there are 3,800 patients currently testing this digital medicine groundbreaker, all with terminal cancer, all improving. If this isn't by itself something beyond many doctors' wildest hopes and dreams, then this is not at all. Dr. Cutler said in his article, Thinking Outside the Pill Box, published in New England Journal of Medicine, September 2012, wirelessly medication bottle, glow caps, will send a signal whenever the cap is removed, helping patients with compliance. A skin scan app will be able to differentiate a mole from a melanoma by simply taking a picture with the lesion and getting the incision processed. So from walking on the moon to fetal monitoring and the first cell phone to today's and tomorrow's wireless medicine, we can see the changes occurring daily. It is an exciting field of digital medicine. It's true. An apple a day will keep the doctor away, and now a quick check of your cell phone can do so much more. Thank you.